I went through all of Blue Lock, the anime, the manga, and beyond, to bring you one fact about every single character. Let's start with Anri Tairi. She's not a player, but even she's got trivia worth knowing. Her official 3 sizes are 88 centimeters bust, 57 waist, and 84 hips. Moving on, we've got Buratsuda. Unlike almost everyone else in Blue Lock, he doesn't believe in Japan's soccer future whatsoever. In fact, he outright claims the team could never win a World Cup. That's exactly why Jinpachi Ego was brought in, and while we all know he doesn't hold back, the manga actually had him go even harder. Instead of saying lock off like in the anime, in the manga he straight up tells people to off. Next is Yasunori Hoichi, a character many fans think is modeled after Hajime Moriyasu, the real-life director of Japan's national football team. Asahi Naruhaya might not be the strongest striker, but he is brutally honest with himself. That's his greatest strength, but also his weakness, since his thoughts are always on his family instead of others. Meanwhile, Gagamaru is surprisingly easy to read. His favorite animal is a bear, which is ironic considering he actually got the scars on his ears from one. Igarashi, on the other hand, looks up to a very real soccer star. Antoine Griezmann is his favorite player. And then there's Hayoma Chigiri. His blazing speed earned him the nickname Red Panther after a local newspaper first called him that. Raichi keeps things interesting too. He's actually a really picky eater. If he doesn't like the food in front of him, he'll just give it away without hesitation. Bachira, though, is the complete opposite. He loves canned pineapple, but he absolutely hates Mizuku, calling it the food equivalent of eating snot. Lemon has a calmer side to him. His hobby is just visiting coffee shops, soaking in the atmosphere. Kunigami has a more typical anime passion. His favorite show is One Piece, and he especially likes the bond between Zoro and Luffy. Quan, however, is all about his quiet time. He spends his days off reading, drinking coffee, and listening to music from Southern All-Stars. And here's one of the more unexpected ones. Yoichi Isagi. Beyond his sharp soccer instincts, he openly admits he has a thigh fetish. Imamura shows his quirks in smaller ways. He'll impulsively buy breath care at convenience stores without even thinking. Hira, before being eliminated, was actually ranked as the #1 high schooler in all of Japan. Okawa plays his game with calm control. His strength is his mental focus, but his weakness is that people mistake it for being cold. His whole vibe is scoring without looking bothered. Nico, though, might surprise you. He's a Yu-Gi-Oh player on the side. And Shuei Baru, he's king even off the pitch. He casually plays bowling and even owns his own personal ball. Keisuke Wanama has a unique bond with his brother. Just by looking at him, he instantly understands everything. And of course, Junichi Wanama shares almost everything with Keisuke. His birthday, his Japanese voice actor, and even his English voice actor. The only difference is slight changes in tone. Reo Mikage might have the most luxurious morning routine in all of Blue Lock. His assistant wakes him up, he eats eggs Benedict with an enzyme smoothie, relaxes in a sauna, checks the financial news, and then heads to school in a limousine, champagne glass in hand. Non-alcoholic, of course. Meanwhile, Nagise Shiro has a much lazier personality. He thinks his strengths are being a pacifist, not getting into fights, and not getting angry. His weakness? He finds pretty much everything in life bothersome. Zantetsu is simple in comparison. His favorite foods are hamburgers and curry. His least favorite is fish, because to him, they all taste the same. Next up is Aiki Himizu. In the Japanese version of the manga, his speech bubbles are written in a different font than everyone else's, hinting that he has a very peculiar way of speaking. Akira and Doji stands out for a different reason. His name phonetically connects to the word Kirakira, which means sparkling or glittering, a fitting nod to his flashy appearance. Tokumitsu has one of the most insecure personalities in all of Blue Lock. He insists that he has no personal strengths, and even if he did, he wouldn't admit them out loud because he doesn't want to be disliked. On top of that, he's quick to point out his weaknesses: negativity, low self-esteem, no sense of self, and an inability to handle being hated. In his own words, he even considers himself uninteresting. Meanwhile, Eita Otoya doesn't struggle in that department at all. In fact, he's known as the guy who gets the most girls out of all the Blue Lock players. Nishioka is a strange case. He only physically appeared in a single chapter, but was heavily hyped as one of the best in Japan, even compared to Messi. Fans believe he was originally supposed to play a bigger role, but was ultimately written out before making a true debut. Yuzu, alongside Endoji, is one of only 2 players who chose France in the Neo Egoist League, but never actually played a match. Kiora Jin had his own struggles even before joining Blue Lock. He used to have a massive caffeine addiction. Ryu Jubei might be known for his flashy style, but he didn't start soccer as early as you'd think. He only began playing at the age of 10. Saramadara keeps things balanced. When he's not on the pitch, he's actually a surfer. Yukimiya Kenyu has insane speed. His best time in a 50-meter sprint is just 5.91 seconds. Kyohei Shiguma comes from the same prefecture as Chigiri and the Wanama brothers, tying his roots to some of Blue Lock's most recognizable names. Nancy is all about comfort food. His favorite meal is the stamina fried rice his mom makes. Ranza Corona has one of the funniest morning routines. He spends it spacing out because he's not a morning person, brushing his teeth carefully while calling them crooked, braiding his hair for fun, and then realizing he's late and dashing to school. Hiragi has a mysterious side. He's into tarot cards, and he even used them against Nagi's team during the 3rd selection. Itoshi Rin, though cold and calculating, enjoys a bit of classic horror. His favorite movie is The Shining. He also has a favorite animal, the owl. Shido Ryusei, of course, takes things in a darker direction. His favorite animal is the velociraptor, and he admits it's because he finds the way they eat people cute. To Tanaka Shingen is notable for being the only Blue Lock player who rocks an unshaved beard and mustache. Haiji Shizuka takes the opposite approach. When he plays, he doesn't speak at all. Tabito Karasu has a surprising fear for someone so confident. He's actually scared of water. Suzanki Teiga might not be the flashiest, but he does have a record. He wears the highest number in all of Blue Lock, 100. Yo Hiyori carries a more emotional side. He wishes he could go back to the past just to see his parents play soccer again. Yukio Ishikari towers over his peers. At just a youth player, he already stands at 6'7", making him the tallest of his generation in Japan. Adam Blake, one of the international players, is designed to resemble real-world English striker Harry Kane. Dada Silva comes from much harsher beginnings. He grew up in the slums. Julian Loki, the French prodigy, plays for Paris Saint-Germain. That club is a clear reference to Paris Saint-Germain, the team where Kylian Mbappe rose to legendary status between 2017 and 2024. And then Leonardo Luna. He plays alongside Itoshi Sae in La Real, tying him directly to one of Blue Lock's most important characters. Let's keep it moving with Pablo Cavazos. He's recognized worldwide as the single best free kick taker in the game. Fukaku Gen is a bit of a mystery. Despite somehow landing a spot in the Neo Egoist League, he didn't record a single on-screen save, leaving fans confused about how he even got a bid. Haro Hayate has sharp observational skills. He tends to notice the quirks of other players and is quick to comment on them. Itsuki Wakatsuki has an unusual timeline. He actually played for Jubilee Iwata even before he officially received their Neo Egoist League offer. Kazuma Neo is all about appearances. He spends hours every single day grooming his beard. Kento Cho has his own record. He's the tallest original U20 Japan player. Miroku Darai takes a philosophical approach to the game. Being a Buddhist, he even calls the soccer field a place of yin and yang. Oliver Aiku is more of a movie guy. His favorite film is Jurassic Park, and he insists that the very first one is amazing. Sae Itoshi, though, has one of the strangest preferences of all. He openly admits he has a butt fetish, claiming that an athlete's skill can be judged by looking at it. Shudo Sendo spends his free time chasing something completely different. His soulmate. He's obsessed with finding the perfect girl. Teppei Neru adds some levity to things. He's known for having a humorous personality, always able to break tension. Toru Kitsunezato has a name that translates into Kitsunezaru, which means lemur. Fitting, since his facial features look eerily similar to one. Noel Noah, the world's top striker, spends his downtime doing something unexpected. He grows plants. It's actually his favorite hobby. Alexis Ness is a man of loyalty and obsession. On his days off, he trains with Kaiser, eats with Kaiser, shops with Kaiser. Basically, his entire routine revolves around Kaiser. And then there's Michael Kaiser himself. His mornings are something else. He starts by standing naked in front of the mirror, talking to himself, hyping himself up with the mindset that nothing is impossible, and then finishes by smiling and thinking, this is me. Lavinho has history with Noel Noah. The last time the two faced each other before the Neo Egoist League was back in the semifinals of the Champions League. Chris Prince nearly reached the very top of world football. He finished second in UEFA's Men's Player of the Year award, right below Noel Noah. Agi is a sharp tactician, nicknamed Doctor. He has a strange obsession with analyzing other players' skills, often getting overly excited about them. Unlike Chris Prince though, Agi stays calm and rarely lets frustration show. Mark Snuffy is already a legend. He's won 4 of the 5 major European leagues: the Premier League, Bundesliga, League One, and La Liga. Now he's aiming to conquer Serie A as well. Don Lorenzo, on the other hand, is more eccentric. He openly admits he has a fetish for smiles. Charles Chevalier is driven by his sweet tooth. His favorite food is macarons, and he even says Japanese macarons are delicious. Onazi carries a name with meaning. Of Nigerian origin, Onazi translates to a great leader, a war commander, a mighty man, or a king. In the story, he acts almost like an All Might style character. And finally, we close with Bunny Iglesias, a player with a hidden trick. Despite being known as right-footed, he's secretly left-footed. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed, and have a great day.